Yo, what's up, guys? Watched a lot of Alex Hormozy today, or at least listened to podcasts and some videos of his instead of audiobooks today. And yeah, to me, I feel like I'm starting to see the pattern of success, and it's just absolute obsession and like outworking everyone else, but not like pushing harder necessarily, just more, doing a lot more work. I've seen it in Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Mr. Beast, and in the SMA world, Charlie Morgan speaks of it all the time. Alex Hormozy speaks on it all the time. It's just like, it's really simple. You just work way more than everyone else for way longer, and you win. I mean, it's pretty simple, but yeah, I mean, I think everyone ever underestimates how much work it takes. He had a lot of examples of it being like, he put out 300 flyers. He's like, it doesn't work. I didn't get anyone. And he talked to his mentor. He's like, yeah, we do tests in 5,000s. And once we find a flyer that works, then we put out, I don't remember what he said, 15,000 or 100,000 of them. So like, that's the difference. Not like 2x, not 3x, like 10x, 100x, 1,000x more work or reps. And then you win, whatever you're doing. And I really related to some of the stuff he said with FOMO as an entrepreneur and like, not sticking to something because you're like, oh, I should do this. I could do this. This might be easier. But he said, when you think it's easier, you just don't know enough about that thing. Really. So, yeah. I had a physics final today, neuroscience final yesterday. Knocked them out. I'm done with a third of my credit hours already for this semester. I don't know if I'm going to be going back to school next semester. I applied to ASU, I got accepted, and somehow I didn't get into my preferred major as an AI in business. Maybe it's full. I don't know, but like the requirements were pretty strict for ASU. As in, it's like one of the most competitive majors, but like you needed like a cumulative like 3.4. I've got a 4.0 and like a 25 or 27 on the ACT, and I got a 35 or single sitting 36 super score. So like, and there was no essays, so I passed all the stats with flying colors. Like, it must be a mistake or it's full. Either way, I don't know if I'm going to go there anyway. Because yeah, I don't know. The culture would be awesome and stuff. The weather is great, but I might just fully be focused on the business, Dark Horse, in the meantime, and maybe I'll go back to school. Maybe I'll just take one credit next semester. I think probably the minimum I'll do is take one class just to keep the ball rolling. I'd like to take trig. If I wasn't fully focusing on the business and I was focusing more on school and academics, I would take trig in the summer because I'm finishing pre-calc algebra. And to get into like actual AI, you need to be in like calc. You need to do the calc 1 through 3. You need to do linear algebra. Linear algebra is like a necessity. Data science and statistics. I haven't taken statistics. I haven't taken. I did take calc 1 through 3 in high school, and I didn't really learn anything. So I've been rebuilding, and I have never taken linear algebra. So I am missing all like these pieces that are absolutely necessary for AI. But it's the Hormozy thing, right? It's like, oh, I should be doing AI. I should be doing music. I should be doing SMMA / just business growth consultant, like social media marketing. I've been doing all three this past semester, and I can do it well. I spent so much time studying how to learn, so school is not too bad. And at the same time, I wasn't taking very difficult classes this semester. But I did do 18 credits, so really been locking in the walking. Yeah. When I wake up and at sunset. Really good at that. Still working on a nighttime routine. I have no nighttime routine at this point. Like last night, I just did some breath work before going to bed, like on my own without a video or anything. It was like literally like 2 minutes, and that was my nighttime routine. I'm trying to figure out what to do for that. Still, I'm not. It's not a big priority because right now I'm focusing on, as far as health and like habits go, I'm focusing on building the workout routine, which that's going good. 3 weeks in, doing good with that system. Haven't missed anything. Hasn't been difficult. Easy to stick to. Today I did it at the UNO gym, my workout, and I hit incline bench, lateral raises. First time doing chest supported dumbbell rows on a bench press, like rows for the kind of like pinching the shoulder blades. I guess that would be kind of mid back workout. Yeah, that one was a little difficult. Rows have always been difficult for me, so I'm excited to develop those muscles better and that form better. Pressing down on the chest, so tight on the bench was like, ooh, it kind of felt weird, like smashing my heart. But that's a sign I gotta develop my chest more. And then RDLs, Romanian deadlifts. My hamstrings are so damn tight. It's ridiculous. And I'm just, at this point, I'm hoping that, all right, feel the tension, feel the stretch, and be patient. Don't overdo it. And eventually, like, they'll loosen up through working out because I'm stretching them. When I do RDLs, like a good stretch through with like weighted stretch. So we'll see. I don't know how they're so tight. I spent so much time stretching them and took some time off of not daily stretching my hamstrings, and they like snapped back to like literally no range of motion. So yeah, don't know what to think about that. Hormozy did have this idea of like, or his work method of like no distractions. Like when it's time to get work done, he literally goes in a room with no natural light. Like he puts on a pair of headphones and then like soundproof headphones, like earmuffs above that, or earplugs and headphones, which I'm like, damn, okay, that's kind of nice. This lets you laser lock, focus, no distractions, and that's kind of what I have here. Is I have these blinders because I don't want to have distractions. We just learned about attention in neuroscience, and when you have motion in your periphery, it takes your attention. It does. Reflexive attention. Your eyes dart over there. Your attention goes that way. You're like, what is that? Okay. And if it's nothing big deal, you go back to normal and you kind of ignore it. But like, hey, you just get snapped out, and I want to stay locked in. Anyway, I used that method today. I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna grind. I'm gonna knock my shit out. And I did knock out my entire computer science final, 468 lines of code. So that probably took 2.5 hours just locked in. That felt very difficult at times, and it felt really good to do, and I'm pretty happy with it. I also knocked out all my work for my final business presentation, so pretty damn productive for like a course of 4 hours, and that's really what you can do. Imagine doing that for like 12 hours a day, every day. He said to do a 30-day challenge of 12 hours a day to prove to yourself you can work that hard. Imagine how much you could get done. You run out of things to do. That's the problem. Is like when I did a 20-day push on this channel for Dark Horse originally, I was doing a lot of busy work because I didn't know what to do, right? So it's that balance of when you know you got something to do and then you actually do it. It's a tough balance, but yeah. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah, I posted 2 shorts in the past week on music or playing guitar. I don't know if I'm going to be posting much more music because I might just be locking in on the business and kind of keeping music to a minimum for a bit, months to maybe unforeseen future, just because it's like I just want to lock in and destroy and kick ass in the business, and that's it. And if it wasn't the business, like, I'd want to do that with music, just full all in. Like, there's a tendency for me to want to do something all in, and right now the opportunity is the business. So kill this, like, do this, and maybe sometime down the road, like, I have financial freedom or a lot of wealth, and I can just commit full time to guitar. Maybe I don't even want to do that. Maybe if I had money, I wouldn't even want to do that. But for now, it's like, I do want to do this business full time, and school's almost done, and I'll have the opportunity to do it and see where I can take this. And really, when I lock in and push really hard, I did this last time and I pushed really hard, but I learned a lot from reflection. And I was young, and I'm older now, and I've had a lot more experience, and that was a good experience to learn from the last Dark Horse. And yeah, I've learned a lot from that. And I have a partner this time, so that will help. And because I started getting like depressed while doing it because I was isolated. I think that was the main cause, but maybe I could have just pushed through and it would have worked itself out. I've recalibrated my pain tolerance back to full capacity, and I'm ready to tank and do the best I can do. So this channel might actually become more like business oriented and like client facing. I don't know if I'll private on my old videos that aren't like business related. Maybe I'll just keep them there. I thought about it. Maybe it's part of the story. It makes me more human. But maybe shifting to more structured videos in the near future, more client facing videos in the near future. So all to come. We'll see. But for now, I'm just going to keep recording and talking, because it'd be easy to say, I'm going to do structured videos and then stop recording and then like let the embers die, and then then I get out of the routine of posting. Maybe that wouldn't be a big deal, but I'm already here. I've done daily posts for a few days. Like, let's just see how long I can go. And I'm sure I'll learn a lot more as I go, get more comfortable, find my voice more, and yeah. Hormozy always also talks about like a stream of consciousness. He has a cool way of doing it with X or Twitter, of just like tweeting constantly, like obsessively. Like, he can't control it. It's like a pleasure, a vice, whatever, but it's also a massive virtue and a boon. And whichever tweets perform well, then he makes short form content out of them. And the short form contents that do well, he develops those ideas further into like longer form videos. And the best ones, probably the ones that he puts into his books and develops books around. So anyway, it's probably my bedtime now. Yep, 5 minutes. So I'm gonna go do a few minutes of breath work again and call it a night. All right, talk to you guys later.